Does your presentation given today represent the opinions of all the GBC members? And secondly, does your presentation represent the final conclusions of the GBC on this matter?
Go ahead, you can speak first.
There are two questions. Do I represent the GBC? No. Does what I say represent the final conclusions of the GBC? No. Okay.
Now, a question for Jayadvaita Swami, and there's also a kind of a converse question for Rupa Vilas that you can think about. For Jayadvaita Maharaj, if Rupa Vilas's evidence, the evidence they presented, could be proven true, would you then concede their point of view? That they could actually be absolutely certain that Prabhupada actually said these things about Ritvik? Would you concede their point, or would you still think that another conclusion is the appropriate and correct one? And for Rupa Vilas, if some or all of your evidence was proven incorrect or couldn't be satisfactorily substantiated, would you still stick to your position? Or do you feel that there's so much logic and reason to it that you could substantiate it even without your evidence?
Right. If their position were proven true, would I concede to it? I'd not only concede to it, I'd endorse it, I'd offer my humble obeisances, and I'd send in for my subscription to Vedic Village Review.
Sing you one anyway.
Wait, that's on yours.
Well, you repeat the question again that I'm supposed to answer.
If some or all of your evidence was proven incorrect or couldn't be satisfactorily substantiated, would you still stick to your position just based on logic and reason?
Okay, if some of the evidence was proven incorrect, some if it means like one detail or one particular conversation or something like that, then I would probably be reluctant to completely give it up as the actual position. But if all of it was disproven, obviously I would have to be a madman to continue to profess it.
Okay, thank you. Another question for you. Aren't we falling into the same trap as the Jews by, quote, waiting for the Messiah? Hasn't the Messiah, Srila Prabhupada, already imparted a disciplic succession by saying, you become guru?
This is a nice point on the question of becoming. So our thesis is that we are not advocating the end of the disciplic succession. Now, what did Ravindra Prabhu call it? The suspension of the disciplic succession. This is it's a kind of a straw man argument because we're not advocating the suspension of it. What we are advocating is the continuance of it, that Prabhupada appointed Ritvik Acharyas. Ritvik Acharya is also a kind of guru. It's not that Ritvik Acharya is not an Acharya. He's also an Acharya who's specifically empowered for certain functions. And those functions have to do with the formalities of initiation. So we're not in any way advocating the suspension of the disciplic succession. Could you just repeat the question one more time? I don't want to leave any points out this time. You guys wait to nail me the last time.
Aren't we falling into the same traps of the Jews by waiting for the Messiah? Hasn't the Messiah, Srila Prabhupada, already imparted disciplic succession by saying, you become guru?
Yeah, so I would agree that we're not waiting for the Messiah. The Messiah has come, Srila Prabhupada, and he has created a system by which one can go on being connected to him very easily, the Ritvik Acharya system. Now, as far as becoming guru, we say that's a process. It may be that it's a formality, that you don't accept disciples in the presence of your spiritual master. But it is not a formality to become guru. Becoming guru is a question of qualification.